Today we are revisiting a property, a new construction home that we visited recently and did the walkthrough or orientation on. And today we're getting an inspection done. Now, normally I don't always recommend that, a buyer get an inspection before closing on a new construction property because they usually come with a bumper-to-bumper warranty that first year. So I think it's better that they live in there for a little bit, see what things go wrong, and then have an inspector come in about 7-8 months in before the warranty's up and check everything out, because they'll still be on the hook for fixing any of those things that we wouldn't have seen anyways through the orientation. The reason we're doing this one is because my buyers just happen to be investors. They're going to be renting this property out and not living in it. So instead of relying on the renters to tell you any problems or if anything's suspicious, it's better to just find out now before closing what items need to be corrected. That way they don't have to worry about it for that first year. So now I'm here in the house that we're having inspected, and Chris here from
LunsPro Inspections.
LunsPro Inspections is doing the inspection on this new construction house. In my estimation, there's different things depending on if it's new construction or if it's a resale that you look at. What are the differences that you really look for in a new construction versus a resale?
So new construction, the way that we look at it is you're buying a brand new house. We want you to move in, 0 issues. A lot of the resales, we're not really that worried about cosmetic issues, but the new construction, like I said, you're moving a new house, you want it to be perfect. So we kind of check that out. And we pay better attention to like the dryer duct, because the resale, they've been using the dryer, they know if it's blocked or anything like that. Sewer scopes, just anything that might be an issue.
Because of the use of in a resale, those items have been used a lot, not so much in a new construction.
Exactly.
In your estimation, what is more of a difficult inspection?
So lately I would say probably new construction, just because so many houses are going up. Good contractors are kind of hard to find, so they're kind of throwing houses up and moving on. But it just depends. You can get a 1920s house and find 200 things wrong with it. But yeah, I don't know. It just varies.
Yeah, I guess. So they're getting a hurry. You kind of coming in behind them and seeing where they kind of cut corners or maybe some shortcuts. Well, so I was telling on the way here, I was saying, like, usually I don't necessarily recommend, I don't say don't get an inspection on a new construction prior to closing. However, with that 1-year warranty, a lot of times I advise the client, the ones that are going to be living in the house, to maybe wait 6-7 months, live in the house, see what kind of shakes out, but get an inspector at that time, because the builder would still be on the hook to repair those items, before the year's up. And what do you think of that, like, strategy?
I would say so we do 3 phases of new construction. We do framing, pre-drywall, and then final phase, which is this house. I would recommend getting the pre-drywall if you're going to wait 6 months after moving in, because we could see what we typically can't see behind the walls. We're making sure HVAC, electrical, plumbing, everything is installed correctly. And then if you wait 6 months, we could still come out and do it. It's just now the client is trying to get a hold of the builder to get the warranty handled and things like that. So if they get it done before they move in, they can ask the builder to make sure they get it done. But you never really know if you wait. So I would suggest doing it before.
Yeah.
I would say new construction, sewer scopes are a big deal as well, because there's so many contractors coming in on a daily basis. Some can run over the pipe. I've seen that. I've seen a new construction She was installing a pool, and when they were driving back there to do the work, they cracked the main drain line. And that kind of stuff just always happens, or just like I've seen some concrete fall down there and just clog everything up. So I would say new construction as well. Definitely get a sewer scope.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, these are big ticket items too, so this stuff you want taken care of beforehand. Every inspector does things a little differently. You have the FLIR camera here where you go around and you're scanning the walls. What are you scanning the walls for?
So these are used for, it can find leaks, but really what it's doing, it looks for different temperatures. And if there's a leak or if there's insulation missing, it's going to pick it up. And if that drywall is up, we can't see what's behind there. And on a new construction, you won't really be able to see if there's an issue yet, and this will be able to pick that up. We also hit the hot water to make sure the temperatures are good between 100 and 120. And we also check the air supplies and returns. There's supposed to be 15-degree differential from both. So we hit that as well. And the electrical panel, make sure there's no overheating.
Yeah, well, that's a handy little tool.
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
Because,
makes the report look cool too.
Yeah, yeah, I always see those things.
They did a good job here. Most of it that I found is cosmetic, so it's just those little things that the client doesn't want to see when they move in, or have a big welcome party and it's a brand new house and there's paint smudges or nicks in the wall, that kind of stuff. So it's pretty typical that we see that, but just want to get that repaired for the client so they're happy.
Right, and you're coming in after we already did the orientation last week, and so you got another set of eyes coming in here looking and pointing out cosmetic defects, because I noticed when we came back, all the tape that we put down was pulled and most of those things were touched up over the weekend. But now Chris has found more items that also need to be repaired. So this house should be perfect once those are done by the time they move in, or these clients are moving in. But like I said, they're going to be renting. I wanted to say that especially because they're not going to be living here. That's why it was like doubly important to have you inspect it prior, because you can't count on the tenants to report things that are happening.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Chris. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.